Dwayne here, PhoenixTypewriter.com. I was asked by somebody to show how to remove the covers on the Royal KMM. This machine, you can only remove certain covers. This cover, this plate, side plates, most of that is part of the frame. But we're gonna do that. We're gonna start with this lid, and the lid has got two main mounting screws, one on each side here. They're kind of hard to get to. They're right there. So we got 1 and 2. The front one's not too bad. Get the screwdriver in to right here and get this one loose. Take it all the way out. It's the back one that's got a bad angle. So the back one there is kind of interfered with the case. But if you get a long, good screwdriver, you can get it. And they're really tight usually if they've never been loosened. Okay, there it goes. And unscrew it all the way out. There it is. Same thing on the other side. 1 and 2 right there. Let's start with the back one here and see if I can get that. Oh yeah, no problem. And we'll take the front one out. Okay, what's going to come out with this is these flaps are going to come out with it. So now everything's loose here. It doesn't seem like it wants to come out, and if you really want to cheat, well, not cheat, but I can get it out. You force these up past the ribbon spools, like that. Force this up a little bit, push back and force the front up, past the ribbon spool, and it will come right out of there. If you have trouble getting that around the spools, you can take these spools off, 2 screws, and that will come off and let you get a little more clearance. Same thing with this side. But otherwise, it comes out with all the flaps here, and the hinges, and spring-loaded gizmos, so it's like this. And you can clean all this. I wouldn't advise taking it any further. There's adjustments in here that are kind of set. There's an eccentric in here. It wants to be lined up just right, so no need in messing with that any further. So this plate is aligned to this plate. Just leave it be. Keep it simple. Okay. Just bring this down and take the front cover off. So we want to get this piece off here. It's a little tricky too. If you look down in here, first things we got to do is remove this plunger and that plunger. Well, let's start with this one. It's easy. Let me see if we can see in here a little bit. That nut right there and screw's got to come loose. It's a 5.5 metric. I think that wrench fits right over there. Oops. We can open and wrench it, or just loosen that and then unscrew that screw. Not all the way, but I don't know, 5 turns maybe, and this should pull right out. A little more. It's got a little flat spot detent in there for it. A couple more turns. So see if it's in that little groove. That comes right out. Pretty easy to put back in. This side, a little trickier. Same gizmo up here. Nut. A nut right there. And screw. So I'm going to loosen that. Up here, let's see. Okay, there it is. Same thing, just kind of loosen the nut. This doesn't want to fit. I'm going to have to go to the 5.5 wrench. Oops, sorry for the chime. Here we go. Again, just loosen the nut, get it broke free, and then unscrew that screw. Same thing about 5 turns. 5. And you just leave it in there. Now this one's got a long shaft. It goes all the way to the back of the machine. Goes all the way back. Holds all the way out. It's got a couple twists. And putting it back in, it can seem a little tricky, but it usually lines up. That's a long shaft. And sometimes these are sticky too, so they may not want to pull out real easy. You have to pull them kind of hard. Okay, now there's 3 screws down here in the bottom. One on the side, one in the middle. Right there's one. And here in the middle is another one. Right there. And then there's another one on that side. You can just loosen these. So, get in here and just loosen them up. Maybe about 3 turns. And if you have trouble, you can take them all the way out. Not that big a deal. I think you can get it with just loosening these. Okay, now there's a screw up here, and there's a bracket assembly. All this stuff works together to keep the stencil. So we got red and blue, and it won't go to stencil unless you hit this little safety lever, then it goes to stencil. That's what this little lever does. When you're putting that back together, it can be like a little puzzle. But it's easily done. This is a shoulder screw, it's special, right here. It's a special screw. It's got an extension and stuff on it to hold this bracket. So when this piece comes out, just got to manipulate it out of here. Okay, I'm going to take this side. This just got a straight screw here. It's very tight. Let's get a different screwdriver in here. Man, that's tight. That one is. So this whole panel is loose. Okay, let's lift the whole panel off with this piece. I think that's the way. And these have little slots here. There's a little slot there and a little slot there that the arms will fit through. Same thing with this one's got a slot right there. So when you pull this cover off, it can fit through those slots. And lift up, pull forward, manipulate it, and it will come off there. Some way or another. This is the one that's a little tricky, getting that side, this stuff all back on here. So you see that was on there, that goes in there. Let's put this in there, that goes back in there, like that. A little tricky. Okay, got those pieces off. It gives you access to the basket and segment here. It gives you pretty good access up here for everything. This really needs help. It's got some sticky keys, and I don't know if you noticed just how filthy this machine is. This machine is in for a just get it going price, which is what we're going to do, but we've got to flush this segment. There's debris in here. There's Christmas. Looks like some tinsel. And it's just actually already started working a little better since I just been, most of these keys were really slow. Okay, so that's got to be done. The rest of the covers are really pretty straightforward. I'll show you the side panel here. This machine's got the solid side panels, and you can remove these a couple different ways. You can pry it out from this side, but I like to push them out. You stick your finger inside of here. You can there's a spot there, and you can push it. You can push it out from the bottom out. So push it. It comes right out. Your finger's right there. When it goes back in, it goes wedges up in the top and then closes. So it wedges in the top and closes. But there is a trick to this. So it's got these tabs, and then these ones are a different shape. So when you put it back in, line it up with the top there, and kind of get it in there, but it doesn't want to snap back in, really. Let's see if I get some light in here. It doesn't really want to push back in. You have to get in here with a tool and take that one spring right here, that's protruding right there, and you have to push it around the little latch like that. Same thing with the bottom one down here. Push it up and just get it over that little lip. And then it's back on here flush. So, pusher comes right off. The long latches go on the top. The short little guys go on the bottom. Same thing on this side. It's got the same panel, except you have to remove the knob here for the touch control. Just a screw here, this knob comes right off. Same thing, you can find a way to push through here. The spot is more like in the back here, but same thing, pivots in the front and snaps on. And put the knob back on, so you can figure that out. It's the same process as the other side. Last thing is these covers. Up top here, pretty straightforward. These covers will come off and give you a little more access. Some of these have 2 screws and a pivot. I think this one's got a third screw underneath here. You can only get from the top here. You have to move the carriage. So this screw's actually got a special shape because it's made to hold the drawband. When you remove the carriage, it's got a little dealie there that latches the drawband up. That's why it's got a special screw there. This one is just a flat screw. Now let's see if it comes out by itself right now. Okay, it looks like it does. So the screw that's inside of here is just a shoulder screw, and it's made to just pop out like that. There's a piece of popcorn in here. So they give you a little more access. This piece is just a screw and a screw on the bottom, very straightforward, and comes off and it covers the tab rack. It's not a whole lot behind this, but it's easily removable with a couple screws. Let's come back over to this side and take this cover off over here. This should be the same way, just the 2 outer screws, and it should pivot in the bottom in that last one. Yeah. So this gives you access to your mainspring and drawband right there, and also how to adjust the tension right here. And that's all that comes off. The rest of this is the frame. This is all part of the frame. It does not come off any further. You cannot get the components out of here. It's fixed. And I might have taken the Platen out of this for demonstrations, but I noticed when I flipped the collar over here, this is not some of these have a removable Platen with one lever. This is not the style. It's got set screws, and you have to remove the shaft. But this set screw is butchered. Looks like somebody tried to get that loose and they broke it. So I'm going to have to deal with that or not remove the platen, which it might not need to be removed for this process. Anyhow, so that's how you get the covers off, and reverse procedure to put them back on, basically. Underneath here is pretty accessible. If you find these rubber feet are compressed, you might have to deal with that right here. And pretty common on these for this, not necessarily this foot, but the secondary spacer in here to get compressed, and then this whole platform will be pushed in. Just look for that. They all are compressed to a certain degree. This one looks acceptable, which is good. Alright, so we're going to clean this. Next process is to clean this guy. But that's how you get the covers off. The lid and the covers off a Royal. Good day.